Welcome to my lemonade stand. I'm Dion, and today we're going to talk about competent jerks and likable fools. So this is a debate that has raged on for years with me and my colleagues in terms of what personality type would survive best in the corporate world. The actual title, Competent Jerks and Likable Fools, belongs to a research paper that was conducted by Tiziana Casciero from the University of Toronto and her colleague Miguel Souza Lobo from INSEAD. I've put the links to their research below so that you can check it out if you're interested. Now, when we talk about the true jerk and the certified fool, so the extremes of those, the assumption is that those extremes will get filtered out naturally from most organizations, right? But we keep the terms because, they're fun and they're playful, and it helps us to kind of put a name to a face as we talk about these types of personality types that we've probably encountered throughout our careers. So I've always argued that it's the likable fool that has the better chance of being successful, because I feel like when you're likable, even if you're lacking a bit in skills, people naturally like you, they want you to win, they want to help you, so you have a better chance in terms of having that support to generally be successful. You don't need to be, you need to have some level of competence, but you don't need to be a brainiac. So what did the research say? Well, in their research paper, they surveyed a number of executives, and across the board, the executives said that they would always choose the competent jerk because, we're rational people, we work based on a merit system, it's about your level of competence, and thought that likability was really like the icing on the cake and should not be a decision-making factor in terms of whether or not you're going to work with somebody. So it seems like I might have lost out on that one. However, they went one step further and they actually observed these same individuals in practice. And what they found are those same people who answered on the survey that they would go with the competent jerk, in practice, always gravitated towards the likable fool, feeling that they were easier to work with. And the phrase that they actually used in their research paper is that they would work with the likable fool and pretty much squeeze every ounce of competence that they could out of those individuals. So in practice, it looks like they were kind of on my side in terms of how they conducted themselves. But there's more to this. So when we think about this, there's kind of a dark side to this, because that competent jerk actually ends up being excluded from a lot of opportunities within the organization because people just don't want to work with them, so they don't get asked to work on certain types of projects. Now, if you read my book, Thrive Despite the A-Holes at Work, you would know that the people who we label as jerks are usually people who think differently than we do, people who operate differently than we do, and people who probably challenge some of our opinions. So we just find them a little bit more challenging to work with, but they're not actually jerks. And conversely, our bias towards likable people could better be described as our bias towards people who think like us, people who have similar opinions, and most importantly, people who agree with us. So of course, this is a big concern because we know that diverse teams are what produces the best results, not a group of like-minded people. So this is where we need to exercise our self-awareness. And when we find ourselves in a room with people where most of the time they're agreeing with our opinions, that should be a cause of concern for us rather than a cause for celebration. And what we need to be doing is seeking out those voices around the table that differ from our perspectives and who challenge us, because their perspectives and the diversity of the conversation is what's going to help us to arrive at better solutions. So here at my lemonade stand, I share ideas about how to be authentic, effective, and professional in our work lives. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, please subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I post a new one every Thursday. My audiobook Thrive is now available on Audible, so please check it out. And finally, you can connect with me on my social media accounts. I look forward to seeing you here next time.